and welcome to the She Shed Reviews featuring Nails and String. I am Emma Roberts, and today I'm going to talk to you about where my crafty business started. So I started by doing decoupage bottles, and that was amazing. It was a really good business actually, and I'm going to show you one that I've kept back because obviously I'm not doing this anymore, but and then I'm going to talk to you about the products that I used to achieve this, because anybody can do it. It is quite simple. Okay, so this particular bottle, now I'm just going to show you it this way. I kept back. Now I'm not going to reveal why just yet, but so we used the crackle paint on that. I don't know if that's doing that any justice, but you can see the crackly effect on there, maybe more so that side. This particular bottle, we went to a show and this was one of the pieces we were selling, and it was actually, there was a guest appearance by Candice Brown, who was the winner of the Great British Bake Off, and while she was there I managed to get her to sign this one. Now with the cake on there it was quite apt, so yeah, that's what I'm hiding there. That is Candice's signature, and that's probably the wrong way round for you, but this one I've kept as a little memento to Bottles and Twine, which is what we were doing at the time. So how do you achieve something like this? Now I think that going to charity shops, second-hand places, and getting all your glassware, because this is actually a glass bottle, getting all your glassware from places like that is the most cost-effective way of doing it. And then obviously getting some good paints and crackle paints if you want to use crackle paints from other stores, and then obviously you've just got the twine, which is quite accessible most places. So I start by using like a black paint, and I like to use the furniture paint actually. I know it sounds quite random, but I use the furniture paint to start with and let that dry. So a dark black if you can, or a dark blue, or a dark colour, and I let that dry. And then you want to apply, now this is my favourite one, okay, this is, I get this from B&Q. I'm a bit out of touch with how much it is in B&Q at the moment. It can be fairly expensive. So this is the base coat, okay, and this is for 250 mils, and it is the Rust-Oleum Crackle base coat. Now this one, you can get a top coat as well, but do you know what, I don't actually rate that, because when you put the top coat on it goes a bit yellowy, which I don't like that. So after your darker painted glassware is done and dried, you then apply a layer of the Crackle base coat, okay, and let that dry. And actually it doesn't take too long to dry. I used to put mine near somewhere warm, radiator or something. Just to let you know as well, just about the crackle paints and whatever, I also found this Antique Crackle Deco Mache base coat. Can you see that? Yeah. I found this in the range. I mean, yes, it does the job, but I prefer the one from B&Q personally. But for a slightly cheaper option, you can get this one, and you can also get a top coat as well, which to be honest I haven't used, so I don't know if it does the same yellowing effect, but I'm going to tell you how I finish them. So once you've got your base coat crackle paint on, you then want to choose a lighter colour. So obviously with this one it's kind of like I think this one is winter grey. You can get these from B&Q, and again it's furniture paint, so if you just bear with me, and I'll get an example. Hold on. Yeah, so okay, I've just popped in and got the paints that I use. So firstly, this is a big old tin. This is 750 mils, and it is graphite. Yeah, I'm showing it the right way. And it is the Rust-Oleum Chalky Finish Furniture Paint. Okay. That's what I use on the bottom before the base coat of the crackle paint. That's generally what I use, but you can use a darker paint. But then, so once the base coat crackle paint has dried, this is still the same Rust-Oleum Chalky Finish Furniture Paint from B&Q. I sourced this. This one is antique white. But I also use the winter grey, and there's a variety of colours you can get from them, which they're all amazing. So like the lighter ones to go over the top. So once you've got your bottle with the black or the darker colour on underneath, and then the base coat crackle paint, what you want to do, and it's all dried, what you want to do is then, whichever way, so if you've painted it originally with the darker colour up, down, the top coat, you need to do across, and vice versa. Because that makes the crackly effect more pronounced. So that's what you want to do, and then let that dry. So for the... and once that's dry, it will have all the crackles on it and stuff. So once you've done that, you can then... Now, you can buy decoupage paper from Hobbycraft. In fact, you can get them from loads of places at the moment. And but what I tend to use is napkins. Now, with a napkin, you have 3-ply generally. So obviously you've got different layers, and you want to literally just use the first ply with the print on it. So get rid of the back 2 pieces, and just use the first ply with the design on. You can then rip it round, or you can cut round, or you can use bits here, bits there. But with napkins, I find they're a lot cheaper. And especially if you look on Amazon, or, you know, go to Poundland or wherever, everyone's got napkins somewhere that you can use a design of. And then I use the Mod Podge, which you can get this from Hobbycraft. It's about £7.99, £7, something like that, £8. And that's just the gloss luster finish, and then you want to do a layer of your Mod Podge, and then put your whatever design you're putting on your napkin, and then gently again brush over with some more of the Mod Podge. I then finish by doing the whole bottle in Mod Podge, because it gives it a really nice finish, and you're not feeling like you're going to chip the paint. Okay. The only downside to this is you can dust them, but you can't. I wouldn't suggest washing them, or putting them anywhere near a dishwasher, because it does actually. It ends up sort of melting the glue, the Mod Podge, and peeling everything off, and that's just never gonna work. So yeah, so that's my advice with that one. Unless you use the Mod Podge dishwasher safe, which is slightly more expensive, and as you can see, it's in a much smaller bottle. Again, you can get this from Hobbycraft, you can get it from Amazon or online, and this one, you do have to let it, you have to do 2 or 3 coats, and then it cures within 28 days before you can actually properly put it in a dishwasher. I'm not saying that perhaps wiping down is going to be an issue throughout those 28 days, but putting in a dishwasher, it suggests 28 days. So yeah, so then once you've done that and you've put your pattern on, obviously you end up with something really gorgeous. And actually, like I say, using napkins, you can find so many different designs, loads of designs, from, you know, any sort of jungle animal to Christmassy ones and pheasants, stags, all sorts. You name it, you can find it on a napkin, pretty sure. So just quickly, so obviously I did the bottles, but just coming back to something else that is so good that you can do with the whole Mod Podge. Now, these tiles, okay, I got this as a sampler tile from B&Q's, and it's just, you know, sort of a bit, that's not doing it very good justice, but it's like a beigey tile, just a ceramic tile and a tester tile. So you could just go and buy them, and I think this one was about 75p or something. I mean, this was a little while back, but they are really, really cheap. So you can grab a couple. Now this pheasant that you're seeing here was on a napkin, and I cut round most of what I could cut round, and then I literally decoupaged it on. And these make great, so on the back, let me just quickly explain. I've put some little felt pads, because obviously they are rough if you're going to have them on a surface that you don't want to scuff. There, but I use these sort of for table centerpieces, or you know, just putting bits and bobs on. You can do whatever design you like on those. I've also done a stag one, and this one again I've just sort of roughly ripped around it because it still looks really effective. So yeah, again, centerpieces, maybe somewhere you can put some candles on this side or something, just, and I use them a lot, and or just resting them up against, you know, in your kitchen and what have you. But these are done using this Mod Podge, which isn't the dishwasher safe one. However, I do the whole tile with it, and I have actually washed this one, not washed, sorry, but just, you know, with a bit of spray and gone over, and it still stayed the same. So I'm quite impressed with that. I'm not going to say 100% that will work for everything or everyone or whatever tile or bottle you're using or piece of glassware, but for me that worked for that particular one. And I only do one layer of this on top of the napkin. I don't do 2 layers, I just do one. I think that's plenty, and it gives it a really nice glossy shiny finish. So yeah, that is that, and I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial, well, not a tutorial, but a little chit chat about decoupaging and things that you can decoupage. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to put them below, and subscribe to the She Shed. Also, you can go over to my Facebook page, which is EMS bottles and EMS bobbins and buttons at Bottles and Twine. Okay guys, thank you so much from the She Shed. Bye.